Okay, this test I just got just today, and if I go ahead and put my AirPods Pro onto the MagSafe charger, it bumps it up to 9 volts. I guess not too surprising. And then I can take it off, and it's still 9 volts. It doesn't reset unless you unplug it, so, which I guess makes sense. Now, I was testing that extra max magnetic charge for my Apple Watch, and unfortunately, when I charge my Apple Watch with it, it doesn't actually do 9 volts for it. So I can show you. I can show you using my Nintendo Switch power supply, the Nintendo Switch 2, which can actually go up to 60 watts. So if I take my watch off, plug it in, the voltage stays at 5 volts. Now I did not even test. I'm gonna put that on the charger. Actually, I did not test on the AirPods. So even on AirPods, 9 volts just for the AirPods charging puck. I mean for the Apple Watch charging puck. So no 9 volt mode on this. So the only 9 volt mode would be this one here. My AirPods are right now in there right now, so it's kind of interesting. So this meter I did just get today. There is a particular film which I'm going to be keeping on. So, and this also can read up to, does it have 18? I can read up to 30 volts. That makes sense. So, if I plug this in, nothing because this is not plugged in. However, if I plug in the HP one, it is charging at 9 volts. My charger is at 15 volts, so it's a bit of a more like for 9 volts, but for 15 volts it's fine. Because most Chromebooks take 15 volts. So, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my Switch 2. I did test in the dock, and it does indeed charge from the dock at 20 volts. But if I go ahead and plug this in, there's a button on the side which allows you to cycle through various different modes. So, but as you can see here, can I actually change the Celsius? No. So I can hold this, and it just resets. So I can't change that to Fahrenheit, so it's stuck at Celsius. But as you can see here, it's charging at 14 volts. In the Switch dock, it actually charges at 20 volts. And then I can also plug it into the bottom port as well. The only reason why I chose this with a long cable is if I chose the one with the connector right here, you can easily snap it. So that's why I did this. It's much better. And it does work on, this does work on my ThinkPad as well. Unfortunately, I did test the output and it's not 9 volts, that's all it was. I think it's just a fast 5 volt charging. So if I go ahead and plug this charger here, and I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in and plug it in. So this should be 20 volts, which isn't all that surprising because ThinkPads can take 20 volts. It's gonna be the same for this one. Not too surprising. So, not too surprising to do that. And my Quest 3 does charge at 9 volts. Put that away. I'll just put it off to the side. And it does say KWS. I think this is just a rebranded Queasy type one. Yeah. A branded one. So, and the fact that is that you can also use this as well. I believe it has all the pins connected. and the light's flashing. So if I go ahead, let me get the feet for the other one because it got knocked back. So if I go to, oops, I go to devices. Oh, it's just device control. So this one does not do USB. I guess it makes sense because this is just meant for, this one here is just meant for charging. Checking charging voltages, so I guess it's not too surprising. So if I go ahead and plug this in here, and then plugged it in, and then if we go ahead and plug it into this, does that, oops. All right, unplug this, plug this in. Surprisingly, the light comes on, but it's only at 12 volts. So, normally if I was not supposed to light up like that. So, then if I go ahead, so this thing is, one thing is, you see how it's off? It only turns on if it detects the resistance through it. So basically, this means it's acting like a pass-through without any resistance. So I cannot use this for, it won't be USB 2, so basically this will be turned into fast Ethernet. So, and the fact that it's kind of cool that the Nintendo Switch 2 issue that works well with it, so. I'm trying to get the Switch 2 cable out. Like you could use the Switch 1 charger just to charge the Switch 2 by itself, but for the dock, it actually needs its Switch 2 power supply. So and in fact, we can actually see what's coming into the monitor. Come on. As you can see right here, we're getting 20 volts through, and it's also doing a pass through this, which is actually powering the dock. It's 100 watts, so it actually has enough oomph for those. And this is rated for 240 watts, so it's fine on 100 watts. However, this meter is really, really handy for checking your charging voltages. So, like I said, this is perfect for if you want to test any USB ports that you suspect are dead. This makes it so easy to check if the ports have power just by using this with a cable. So handy.